Hi everyone, I've been asked today to do a video on how to make a grid for medallion stamping for your Stamparatus. So first of all, here's an example of cards with medallion stamping. So there's one using the bee bundle from the spring summer catalogue that retired in the summer. This is one using the beautiful autumn bundle which is in the new holiday autumn winter catalogue, and this is another one here. And to make this easy, using the Stamparatus, and this is the Stamparatus for you to see. So this is our wonderful stamp positioning tool, which has two plates that go on it, one there and one there, and you make a grid. So this is how you make the grid. I've got a number of grids that I've made. This is the 4-inch one that I'll be showing you today, and then I've got a 3 7/8 of an inch, 3 3/4, 3 5/8, 3 1/8, and 2 7/8 is my smallest. So you can see the difference between those two. Depends on the size of your stamp and how close you want it to be on your grid. So just to show you for this, I use our grid paper. Here's a piece of grid paper. It's on page 163 of the annual catalogue, and here it is here. It's 11.75 for 100 sheets. It's 11 inch by 17 inches. It's really useful, not only for stamping off and stamping, but measuring, lining things up, all sorts of ways you use grid paper. So there's two sides. There's the imperial side with inches, turn it over, and you've got the metric side with centimetres. I tend to be an imperial girl, but I do put out metric at my classes sometimes when we've used up the imperial side. So I have some scrap grid paper. I have a 7.5 by 7.5 inch piece of mount board. This often comes with our designer series paper, our laser cut sheets, things like that. Hang on to it, really useful for mini albums and all sorts of things. So I've cut the grid paper here to 7.5 by 7.5, and I have cut out of a spare piece of grid paper a square which is 4 inches by 4 inches, and every 4 dotted lines is 1 inch. So one square is 1/4 of an inch square. So you just count across your 4 inches by 4 inches, cut that out, and then you put it on a piece of 7.5 by 7.5 inch grid paper, and I just mark 4 dots, and then I draw a line so that I have a square like that. And then I mark, if I just show you on this one, so there's my square already drawn out. So then I mark the halfway point on each side of the underlying square, and I know that I need to match these up. So that's gonna, and you must make sure you have the same side, that you don't go to the centimetre side from the inch side, because it will make a difference if you do that. So I can see there that that's nicely matched up. So now I can actually, and I can see it looks nicely matched up there and there. So if I just put a point there, a point there, a point there, and a point there, then I can just take my ruler and I can just draw point to point like that, and like that, and then like that, and then like that. And then I just cut it out basically with my paper snip. So I just start with a big hole in the centre. I just cut up to the top like that, and then I just cut along the lines. So I know I've got to cut along this line and this line, and then I've just got to cut all the way around. You probably get the idea by now. And one there, and then I just carry on round. Might be quicker if I cut out one square at a time instead of faffing about with each little corner. So if I just do that up to there, and then if I just come straight round to there, and just cut that straight down. I've had these paper snips for probably about 9.5 years, and they are still sharp. So these are in the catalogue as well. I think they're about £9.50, and they are the best scissors I have ever come across. They are amazing, and I promise you, these are still sharp after 9 years. Unbelievable. So it must be made of very good steel, which is very strong and doesn't blunt easily. I've just got one more little bit to take out here, and there I've got my template. So what I would do now is just take my piece of cardboard. I've cut this one actually to 7 by 7, so it is a little bit smaller, but you can see there what it looks like. And if I just bring back, this is actually the 3 7/8 inch one, but can you see that's the same? So all I do now is put some of our trusty Tombow down on top, underneath, and just stick it down, and there's my template ready to go. So I hope that's helpful. And obviously if you need 3 7/8 inch one, then your original square is 3 7/8 of an inch. Put it down and draw around it, and then make sure you've got it even on the diagonal to get the diagonal bit. And in another video I will show you how to actually do medallion stamping. Hope you have a good afternoon. Bye.